So there are a lot of LLMs out there. Everybody has a LLM these days, but which one is best suited for your specific use case or your specific task? That's the question, and that's the question we're going to answer. So in this video, we'll give you our final verdict and crown the best LLM out there to this date. So all the results showed within this video are purely based on statistics around LLM benchmarking, rankings, third-party leaderboards, and even human trials as well. So let's pull out our tuxedos and let's get this thing rolling. All right, so first thing first, LLMs are tricky. So you can't just rate a performance of a LLM based on one bad answer or a series of bad answers. So there are a lot of factors that pull into the fact that how good a LLM responds. So one of the biggest factors itself is the question. Like, how do you portray the question, the length of the question, the quality of the question. So that itself is a factor that can affect a response. So sometimes it can be your fault and not the LLM's fault, right? So another factor that sort of affects a LLM performance is obviously some of the performance metrics that a LLM possesses. It can be context window. It can be knowledge cutoff. So most LLM have knowledge cutoff of like 2023, and some of them don't even have that. So obviously that matters as well. So there are a lot of different metrics and a lot of different factors that we'll discuss in this video. So for the very first thing that we need to do is to do human trials. So I'll gather up a few LLMs and we'll run a series of questions and observe what kind of answers or the quality of the answers these LLMs provide us. So let's get started. All right, people. So for the human trials, by the way, human trials just mean me trying out all these different LLMs. So yeah, so I'm using Versal's AI Playground, which gives me the feasibility to add multiple LLMs and test them across like one piece of questions. Yeah, multiple piece of questions. So I have OpenAI GPT-4 over here. I'm gonna go ahead and add Llama 3. Let's find out the free version. So we have Llama 3 70B instruct rock. This will do. Then let's go and add Mistral. So 7 billion instruct 4K. This would do. Let's go ahead and find out Gemini 1.5 flash. This will do. So okay, so I have a few set of questions. So what's the complexity of chess is going to be my very first question. Let's go ahead and ask it. All right, enter. Whoa. Okay, clearly the fastest was Llama 3. And then we had Gemini Flash. OpenAI GPT-4 is still working. Okay. So let's go ahead and review the few answers. So complexity of chess. So GPT-4 fails to actually give me a number. Oh no, it actually gives me a number. Estimates suggest that the number is in the order of 10 raised to power 120. All right. State. Oh, so, all right. So in terms of drafting the answer, so it does a pretty good job in terms of giving me the computational complexity, game tree complexity. So it's more elaborative. So that's why it took a bit more time, but let's review the fastest answer, which happens to be Llama 3. So number of possible position, game tree complexity. Oh, so it actually gives me the same thing, and you know, it's like lightning fast. So, okay. For Mistral, okay. Not bad, but could have done better in terms of answer reformatting. So Gemini 1.5 actually gives me a pretty much more elaborative answer. So yeah. Okay, hard pick. Okay. So I would say, so I'm pretty impressed by Llama 3's lightning fast response, so I would say Llama 3 first, Gemini 1.5 second, and OpenAI GPT-4 third. So, wow, tough crowd. Well, let's go ahead with the second question. Write a recursive function for computing factorials. So copy, let's go ahead, paste, and enter. Llama 3 is again done. Wait, I think it's better to clear them off. Okay, yeah, that's better. So let's clear the chat first. All right, let's do it. Man, Llama 3 is fast. Okay, so I think everybody, all the LLMs would sort of catch this one, since it's pretty straightforward. So, okay, again, GPT-4 with an elaborative answer and examples as well. Llama 3 with the examples and pretty much elaborative answer. So I think the first position goes to Llama 3. Mistral with, okay, it actually did a good job, but I could have used a bit of more description. Yeah. And then we have, okay, this is pretty much like really elaborative. So again, Llama 3 first, Gemini 1.5 second, and GPT-4 third. All right, so let's go ahead and clear the chat. So let's see, identify the next number in the sequence. Okay, shouldn't be hard. Okay. All right, I have to give this to Llama 3 again. So Llama 3 first. The pattern is 3 and 17. So all the LLMs actually give me the right answer. That's good. But the first is again Llama 3 or GPT-4 has actually given a bit more reasoning within the answer, so I'll choose it to be number 2 and number 3 Gemini. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, this is pretty simple as well. Clear. Okay, enter. Right. All right, so Llama 3 is 1, and I think for this particular answer, Gemini started from the scratch, so that's the best thing about it. It's more elaborative, so I would say Llama 3 1, Gemini 1.5 Flash. 1.5 Flash, by the way, this is the first time actually running trials on 1.5 Flash, and I'm kind of impressed. So Llama 3 1, Gemini 1.5 second, and third is GPT-4. So I think the only problem with Mistral is the formatting of the answers, and the answers are a bit more cluttered. Not really impressed, although the answers obviously are right, but we are judging everything: speed, reasoning, and the the quality of the answer. So yeah. So let's clear this out. Let's clear this out. And let's pick one more. So this one is kind of interesting. Okay. So again, Llama 3. So K. Yeah, all of them are right. So Llama 3 again is like first, I would say Gemini 1.5 second, and GPT-4 third. So GPT-4 and Gemini 1.5 are close, but obviously in terms of, so I define the metrics. So upon those metrics, it's fair to actually give the second position to Gemini 1.5. But these are merely human trials, right? This is just me observing a bunch of LLMs, their responses, and I'm just consider me as like an end user, and I'm just sitting here doing a black box test for all these LLMs. So pretty interesting so far. So I would say for human trials, I'm definitely gonna choose Llama 3 as it's the best amongst the best, I guess. So yeah, Llama 3 it is for this particular round. All right, so good so far. So let's talk about benchmarking now. So LLM benchmarking is done by third-party evaluation bodies, which judge particular LLM based on certain metrics. So they have their own thing going on. They have their own standards upon which they judge a particular LLM and then rank it. So yeah, so in this section, we'll talk about 2 such benchmarking leaderboards. So let's go and find out. All right, people. So the very first tool that we're going to explore is Chatbot Arena, which is benchmarking LLMs in the wild. So it has its own leaderboard, and it has the way it sort of evaluates, you know, the LLMs is kind of interesting because it gives you like this here. So these are like 2 models. You don't know which models are being used here. So you just put your prompt here, and then you have to assess the answer. So it's going to prompt you in a way like which answer was better, and you choose, you know, between model A and model B. So let's try to do it with this particular prompt here. Identify the next number in the sequence that we tried in the human trials first. So hit send. All right. For some particular reason, obviously the answer is right. This one was a bit more quicker, and it's I think the readability of response is better, so I'm just gonna say A is better. Let's see which LLM. Okay, so this was Claude 3 Opus, and this was Ye Large preview. So you guys get the gist of it, how it works. So let me show you the leaderboard. So this is the leaderboard they have, and the very first rank is GPT-4 which has a cutoff knowledge of 2023, October 2023. So nice. We have second position GPT-4 Turbo, and actually we have a tie between Turbo and GPT-4 1106 preview version. Then we have Gemini. And then we have, on the third position, we have Claude 3 Opus. So pretty nice. Let's talk about another benchmarking tool, which is MMLU, and it's known as Multitask Language Understanding. So it has a similar leaderboard. And so now the criteria is a bit different. So the Chatbot Arena operates on a different criteria, which is totally user-based. So it's totally upon you to choose the best response that you feel like is the best response. But this here is a different sort of benchmarking tool. So it's used in pre-training, or once a particular body is training LLMs. So it sort of assesses the knowledge that the LLM has by actually running down a few shots. So it has this mechanism which they call the shot mechanism. So for example, 5 shot is selected here. It just means that the LLM was given 5 examples around a particular task, and then the answer was evaluated. Then we have few shots. There's also 0 shot. So for the few shot, the number 1 model is Claude 3 Opus. For fine-tuned, we again have Claude 3 Opus, Claude 2 actually. So let's get rid of fine-tune. We have this Fly Palm, and for 5 shots we have Claude 2. So for chain of thought, which is basically the reasoning of it, we have Gemini Ultra, and for 0 shots we have Gal 120B, probably pre-trained. Yeah. So if we choose self-consistency, chain of thought, which happens to be reasoning, so we get Gemini Ultra as a clear winner within this benchmarking tool. So pretty nice. All right, people, let's talk about knowledge cutoff in this section. And knowledge cutoff is more like a variable metric. And I know it gets a bit biased because most of the recent models might have like the best cutoff dates, but it doesn't really matter on an overall horizon while judging a LLM. But obviously it adds up to the LLM's quality of the answer. And obviously if there's a model which has a better cutoff date, which has a more recent date, has its knowledge updated to the recent dates, then obviously you'll be using it. So that's the thing here. So here we have a bit of cutoff dates overview of prominent LLMs. And here, as you can see, GPT-4, October 2023. And the most recent one is Llama 3 70B by Meta. So GPT-4o is, I think it comes second. So the top one is Llama 3. Mistral 7B is kind of in 2021. Claude 3 is in August. So Claude 3 is basically on the third position. So Llama 3 first, GPT-4o second, and Claude 3 third. So Llama 3 is like a clear winner over here, and GPT-4 is close. But a good thing is that most of the OpenAI models, they have like almost good cutoff dates. For example, if you see GPT-4, it's April 2023, still better than Mistral and still better than Google Palm 2. But I think let's be honest. Gemini is like the forefront model or the flagship model. So Google Palm 2 doesn't really count. So yeah, it's so I think Llama 3 and GPT-4o are the clear winners of the cutoff date section. All right, people. So I consider this the most important section because in this particular section, we'll talk about the overall metrics that each LLM possesses. And these are the metrics that set them apart by far. So the number one metric is the quality. So whenever we say quality, it means index represents normalized average relative performance across chatbot arena, something that we have already seen, MMLU and MTBench, which is like another benchmark tool or platform that is used to provide ranking to all these LLMs. Then we have context window. So just like we talked about knowledge cutoff dates, context window is again an important metric, which is like the maximum number of combined input and output tokens. So the output tokens commonly have a significant lower limit. So then we have throughput, something that is amazing by Llama 3. So tokens per second received while the model is generating tokens after first chunk has been received from the API. So that's one thing. Then we have latency, which is like time to first token of tokens received in seconds. So like the very first token. So when you see things appearing on the screen, that's the measure. So price per token, again, we can't ignore price. It's like, I believe, the most important aspect if you're building something at scale. So price per token represented in USD per million tokens. I think it's pretty much the same for every LLM out there. Then we have output price per token generated by model, input price, time period. So yeah, so let's go ahead to the leaderboard. So here we have almost a lot of models, almost all the models. So let's look at the number one model for the context window first. So the lowest context window is of GPT 3.5 Turbo Instruct, and the highest is Gemini 1.5 Flash and Gemini 1.5 Pro. So Google is a clear winner over here. All right, let's talk about quality now. So The lowest quality, I think these are Cohere models and these are not rated yet. So I'll pick Llama 2 7B, which happens to be 27 in terms of quality benchmarking. So the highest one is GPT-4 which is a whooping 100 score. Awesome. And GPT-4 Turbo is like on the second position, and Claude 3 Opus is on third. So awesome. All right, so let's talk about price now. So the lowest price is of Gamma 7B. Okay, $0.15 for like one USD/1 million tokens. Okay, so the lowest is Gamma 7B and the highest is GPT-4. So Gamma 7B is a clear winner over here. And we see that Llama 3 is like almost like 5 cents, but $0.20. Then we have Llama 2 Chat, Mistral 7B again on same 0.20. All right. So that's for the price. So after GPT-4, we have Claude 3 Opus, which is $30. And GPT-4 Turbo, which is like $15. Awesome. Let's talk about throughput. Again, one of the most important factors, and tokens per second, and it's the median, which is calculated. So the lowest is basically 16.3 DeepSeek V2, and the highest is Gamma 7B and Gemini 1.5 Flash. So Gemini 1.5 Flash, the reason they have Flash, you know, in its name. So yeah, that says all. So then we have Llama 3 and GPT 3.5 Turbo Instruct. So, but this is a massive difference. These two are on another level. So Google is a clear winner over here. All right, so in terms of latency, again, medium, and the first chunk in second. The lowest, as you can see, is Gamma 7B and Gemini 1.5 Flash, which is like half a second. And the most time-consuming ones are... Wait a second. Oh, no. Something... Oh, right. So I was actually on throughput. So the best latency is of Mistral 7B. But I don't know, when we sort of tested it in the human trials, it seemed a bit off. Like, it was providing me the answers, but clearly Gemini 1.5 Flash was faster. But I don't build the leaderboards, so yeah. So 7B is the fastest as per the leaderboard, 0.23 seconds, which is great. So Gamma 7B is 0.27, and Gemini Flash has to be somewhere here, but it's not. So yeah, this is what we have. So Mistral is obviously leading the latency part. So this seems awesome. And Gemini Flash is 0.52 seconds. Obviously, tough competition between all of these. So yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much it. So in quality, we can say GPT-4 throughput, we can say Gamma or Gemini 1.5 Flash, latency Mistral 0.23 seconds, and price Gamma 7B has the best price, followed all the way by Llama 3 at the end, and no other model. The prominent models are basically laid out here. And context window, Gemini 1.5 Flash happens to be the best in, devising the best context window. So, and then we have Claude 3 Opus. So pretty much distributed. Like I can see in quality, obviously GPT-4 is taking the lead, but in most other models like a Gamma 7B and 1.5 Flash is like the clear winners. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular section, and I hope this gives you a bit of context about which use case is relevant for which LLM. So I hope you can map that out more properly now. Alrighty, people, time to announce a winner, and drum rolls, please. So yeah, after giving it a careful thought and evaluating multiple scores across multiple platforms, multiple leaderboards, I'm glad to announce that we have a winner. And the winner is GPT-4 from OpenAI. So GPT-4 secures the best scores and the best rankings across multiple leaderboards. So GPT-4 it is. But they're there.
Everything's going to be fine.
There's no bad LLM. I'm pretty sure there would be a time when it would be really hard to set these LLM apart. And I'm looking forward towards that time. So best time to be alive. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any comment, drop it down in the comment section. Love to have a conversation around it. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.